Hi, doers. Kiera here. I had to hop on in really quick because Janelle and I realized we forgot to say this on the podcast that this was our 13th episode on season 3. And if you know the significance of 13 in regards to Taylor Swift, you knew we had to come in and make sure we acknowledged it. We also attended the 13th show on the Eras tour. So it kind of all comes full circle. We wanted to make sure. So, Taylor, hey, if you're listening, or Swifties, you're listening, just know this is a big deal and we are so excited. So, all right, bye. Back to the episode. What's up, doers? Welcome back to another episode of the Do You Assist podcast. I wanted to apologize for our appearance, for our voices, and that's what I want to apologize for because, as you can tell them why, sis. Why are we like this?
Because we just made our way back from the T-Swizzle concert, so we didn't really feel like getting ready anymore. We're still covered in glitter and sparkles, and our voices are kind of going a little in and out from just screaming a lot. But we're still here to put out the pod for you guys.
Janelle still has a 13 on her
Oh,
hand.
I do. Well, because when I forgot I put it waterproof.
I'm dead.
So when I was taking off my makeup and I took a shower, I completely forgot it. So I didn't wash it off.
But you did shower.
But I did take a shower. I just want to make that very note. I just forgot that it was waterproof.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to say this weekend was a long time coming, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. It was so, I know everyone who went prior would be like, it's so surreal, it's an out-of-body experience, but I thought they were just, being dramatic. No, what everybody says about going to the Taylor Swift concert is true.
Like it kind of feels like a fever dream. Like it didn't happen.
It didn't, like, yeah.
Like I just feel like I'm watching it on TikTok again.
No, it does. It feels like we went to Houston and came back for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's what I feel the exact same way. Like we weren't there for the pod. I don't know. It's a weird experience. It was
the best experience. It was worth it.
Yeah, out of all the concerts that I've been to, this is the only time I've felt that way. But I think it's just because it was, like you said, a long time coming. So I think we were just anticipating it so much that it came and went so fast that it was kind of like, oh.
No, I was like a little scared that it was going to be like overhyped and I'm going to be sad, but it wasn't. It was.
Yeah, no, it was great.
I think I only sat down for a few moments, which was nice because I need it because, y'all, the way my feet are hurting, the way my body is hurting from this weekend, it's like I ran the Boston Marathon. It's honestly kind of sad. Like, I should work out more.
Yeah, concert shouldn't make you feel that bad. But no, it was exhausting weekend just because we went with a couple of friends, shout out to Rosa and Isabella. No, that's not her name. I just like saying that. Oh yeah, and their boyfriends. But it was more for a girls' weekend. So we did go out on Saturday, which was a lot of fun, which kind of like prepared us a little bit for Sunday. And then it was just a full long day of just getting ready, getting there, trip. Getting back. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I'm glad we all got to experience it together. And it was just a really good weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, not boyfriend, husband. One husband, one fiance. My apologies. I'm sorry. Husband and fiance. But yeah, no, it was so much fun. It did come and go really, really fast. Yeah. Like the concert itself
was perfect.
Was very, very fast. Like I thought, even though it was almost like 4 hours, it just went by so fast. I think just because it was separated into like quarters.
Yeah.
Obviously with each era.
It was separated into
an era. So it was kind of like, that was like the like after first quarter you have like 2-minute break, 3-minute break in between. That's what it felt like. So it didn't feel like we were just going straight for 4 hours because we kind of got that little break in between. But yeah,
I do have to say, because a lot of people are like Taylor Swift haters. I think if you would have gone to this concert, you would have seen why being a hater of her is like overrated. Like,
I mean, if they're a hater, they don't know her songs, so the concert wouldn't be fun no matter what.
Well, I feel like they should go because it's more than just like the song, like the visuals.
It was
she put a lot of love into this
concert. It was really well performed in the sense of her visuals, her props, the outfits, the dancing,
the bracelets.
I think the bracelets made a concert for sure. Because I've been to a couple concerts where they had it, but they weren't as in sync as with her songs and the shapes they were doing and the different colors, and certain words would bring up the colors, and it kind of went like the rainbow, the snake. Like it was just really well performed and thought out. Definitely, I feel like out of all the concerts I've been to, the best overall from not just the songs but just the performance. And again, like I said, the props, the backup dancers, her dancers was the most diverse dancers I've ever seen in my life from any artist.
She
just
was
tall, short, women, races, male, different races, big, small. There were bigger girls, thicker. Like it was just all her backup singers were black, which I've not seen from a white artist like ever. So it was really good, really thought out. Her outfits were great, of course, we all know. all her outfits, and they change every night. So that's pretty cool that she doesn't have like, you never know what she's gonna wear.
Yeah, and I do want to say homegirl was working. Like she was moving her body. She did not miss a beat. She did not like she was on point. Every single thing she was on point for. And if she did mess up, we would have never known.
Yeah, and her piano playing was on point. It was perfect. Her guitar playing. It was really overall good. Her little banter in between when she would just randomly start talking. I'm like,
her little drum.
Or I was like, girl, get to the song. You have a whole freaking 5-hour paragraph. But obviously building up for the song.
I do want to know, like, whatever she is on, I need. Like, to have that much
Don't be starting rumors that she's on drugs.
Whether it's high on life, whatever she's on, like, I need that, like, energy. Because, like, she's, to do that, like, much she did on, like, our concert, she's doing, like,
3 days in a row,
and then like Forever Mountie like concert, even though she has like a week in between.
Yeah,
but still, you still get exhausted.
And she still has work in between, like she's doing that music video in between the concerts
hanging out
and
with
stuff.
Some friends in New York.
Yeah, so just like overall working, I think it was. Again, I feel like the set list, as everybody, I think a collective Swiftie people were like, "What the fuck was the set list?" But she did say because she didn't get to perform Evermore or Folklore, that's why she wanted to put so many of those songs into it.
Yeah. If you were to give any tips for the Eras tour for the future concert goers to happen, what tips would you give?
Honestly, like I said, it's different because a bunch of tips depends on your stadium, your city, everything. So
also I mean like a general one, not like.
I think a general one would definitely be just prepared to. I mean, because I don't know, because again, like. For some reason, like out of all the concerts, like I said, I've been to that have been stadium tours, like it never seemed that packed. Like it was
chaotic.
Yeah, it was so chaotic out of every concert I've ever been to, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
like
we were talking about this.
It
on
was
the
crazy.
Way home.
Yeah.
Like why is this particular concert itself so chaotic?
Like
and
so amplified.
Crazy?
Than
we were saying because there's a lot of people that don't have tickets were going into for the merch truck. Like I was telling my sisters, there were people literally waiting in the parking lot for a ticket. So I don't know if that was the extra bodies or that it, but like for some reason this one was just like taking the nation by storm.
Yeah, like it was just a lot, but I definitely would say for sure the comfortable shoe thing, as everyone said.
Everyone said that.
Just because if your stadium's huge, you probably have to do a lot of walking, like to get into the stadium and to find your Uber like outside the stadium. And if you're going to be standing for 3.5 hours straight,
Which
even if you just take off your shoes, your feet still hurt just standing for 3.5 hours straight. So definitely comfortable, definitely get food beforehand. I made the mistake because I had miscommunication. I really wanted our openers were
tell her what happened.
Gracie Abrams and the other girl. I don't know what
I don't want to mispronounce her name. I've been saying
I don't know what it is. Sorry, girl. I don't know who you were, but you played great guitar. But
yeah, she was.
I thought it was mixed up. I thought the other girl was going first, and then Gracie Abrams was coming left. I mean, after her, and then Taylor. That's what I thought. But it was reversed. So we got there at 6:30, thinking it was going to be the other girl. And we had a complication with our seats. It was a mess.
Just say, but just check your sheets. I do want to put this. Put your phone on loud.
Yeah, Kara almost lost her phone.
My phone was stolen.
So annoying. Because I told her to check the trash can. She checked and then checked again. It was.
Well, that's why I said just make sure you have your belongings with you. Because that was a very scary. I would have ruined my concert. Like that concert would have been entirely ruined if my phone was stolen or I didn't check the trash can. It would have been thrown away.
Yeah,
or some lovely worker would have had an iPhone 14.
No, it would have been thrown away. They don't check the trash can unless it was like, why is this a little extra heavier than normal? But yeah, no. So and then we had the fiasco with the seat. So then we sat down. And I thought the other girl was coming out after. So I was like, oh, I'm not going to miss her and Taylor. It was too close together. And it turns out she wasn't coming out. She already passed. So I didn't get any food. And I didn't want any drinks because I don't want to have to use the restroom. Because I don't care what anybody says. If you're not on the edge, get what you need to get and sit the fuck down. Coming in and out is annoying as hell to everybody. And going up like the long, high down seats, like it's just annoying. Especially when it's dark, you can't see. And it's like...
Just stay there. You know what I mean? I was just stay there.
Yeah, unless it's like your friends. Like if it's like, you guys are all in the middle, but it's like your whole friends and you could just keep going back and forth. But to constantly having to like stop looking and singing and back up, or if you're sitting down, standing up, like the same people. Like if you go once, but it's done. It was like over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It's like, come on. let's get it together. You could hold your pee for an hour, like calm down. Like it's not that big of a deal. And like going to get food. And sometimes like when it's too close, the food starts falling and the drink, like it's just sit down, get your shit before you need to go and sit the hell down and get out of the way. Cause it's too much. But she for sure did an amazing job. We were lucky.
I was about to say, I think we had a great,
no, I'm saying because we had the, an extra screen. Some stadiums don't have that big screen that we have, plus the small screens on the side. We had a big screen so everybody can see. But I think it was because our stadium, she sold so many literally behind her, and other stadiums didn't sell those, so they didn't need like the big. You know what I mean? Like there were people like literally behind her where they couldn't even see the little screen. So it was like,
I don't know if people understand how large the NRG stadium is. It's a big stadium.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Actually, I don't know. Is that like how all stadiums are? Or is ours pretty big?
I think like every major city has like a huge one like NRG, and then
ours isn't the biggest in the country though.
Oh, I don't know who's the biggest in the country.
I'm making up rumors.
I know, right? But it's definitely one of like but every large city has a huge one, and they have like the small ones. No, it's really, really big. But so we did get lucky because we had a screen, but because we didn't have the top open, so like a lot of stadiums who did, they can't put that screen there.
That's fair. And I want to say our weekend went so smoothly. I have no complaints, except for the seats, but that's fine. But like the way everything was running, the metro, the bus, like we had a smooth ride. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we didn't have nothing was really altered for our trip.
Yeah,
like, transportation wise, because that was my biggest worry that everybody was like talking about everywhere on TikTok is the transportation, the Ubers, like all that was like giving me like secondhand anxiety behind my mind. But like everything was perfect.
Yeah, no, we were obviously not every city has a metro, but we took the metro. And me being an old Houston native, I know which one to get on to go because we were one of the first stops, so we had somewhere to sit. Because once it got going, like they had to wait another 15 minutes to get the next one. Hopefully, had room because we got lucky where we got to like sit down. Well, we got to like sit down on the way there, and then just took like the city bus on the way back, which is like fine. But it was
I felt
a lot.
safe. There were so many Swifties, like I didn't feel unsafe anywhere. Like
you weren't like by yourself.
So many people.
Yeah, but no, it was for sure. It was a great time.
That's your favorite concert ever? Is that your number one? What's your number one?
Guys, I'm not gonna lie. This is my third time seeing Taylor Swift, so I've seen her other shows. No, but because I like all her older songs more than her newer songs, so I already got to see those. So I liked.
See Tyler, oh my god.
So I got to see those that I liked because that's like my peak of being obsessed with her when I was like a teenager. So it was a different kind of feeling singing like those songs and not her older songs. And since she didn't sing, like if she would have sang what everybody thought, like more from Speak Now, more from debut album, she sang 0 from debut album. So except our surprise song. But like, you know what I mean? If she sang some of those plus some of more Speak Now, then this would have been my favorite tour. But since those were my favorite albums, literally Speak Now and Red are my favorite albums, I didn't get to I already saw them, so I'm not like as whatever. But I wish she would have sang definitely more from Midnight's itself. Like I wish she would have sang made that more of a focal point and then kind of put the other songs in between. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Instead of
do you think I guess you're one of the lucky ones. The lucky ones.
Lucky ones.
You got to see her in those prime eras.
Yeah.
Because for me, when I was like not a Taylor fan at the time, so I didn't go with y'all to the concerts by choice. Like you kind of still got that you still got that little part in your
and
heart. Like,
also
for me, I didn't get that. I don't have that validation.
But we didn't get the 10-minute version, so that in my mind kind of like took over of we got to experience that when a lot of obviously people didn't. She could have put that shit back in the day.
The 10-minute version was one of my favorite parts of the concert. Like I already knew it was gonna be because I love that song, but experiencing it, like I didn't miss a beat. We didn't miss a beat. Everybody in that it was gorgeous.
It was on set.
I would go back for that part, or I wish you could have. You know how we always press repeat? I would like repeat it.
Yeah, like the click button.
Because that was so good.
Yeah, no, that was a great part. I don't know. I think my favorite. Oh, excuse me. Gross. My favorite part of the entire concert, I honestly think, was the Red to 1989 because it was just nonstop fun songs. There was no slow sit down, relax in between. So I think it was just fun, like going from there and then going to 1989 and it being like just really, really fun, dancey poppy, back to like really, really fun, dancey poppy, back to back. And it kind of just brought everybody up since, you know, the Evermore and the folklore, kind of just everyone relaxing and just singing more than like dancing and twirling, was more just the singing part, which was really cool too. I feel like since she didn't get to perform, that's why she said, you know, I literally said that.
It's going to be interesting because my personality has been this concert since buying the tickets and now it's happened. I don't know what my personality is going to be because it's like, because we had so much like anticipation and looking forward in our outfits and all that stuff, you know, and it's just,
I think for sure people need to give her definitely more credit. And I hate when people, because it just sucks because when you think of Taylor Swift, people still think like teeny bopper, dancing
talking
around,
about her boyfriend.
Like, you know, that's what they think of instead of actually hearing her lyrics and thinking people saying that she can't sing. And I saw something on TikTok, people are saying people who are sopranos, I guess, I don't know
the terms,
altos, whatever, people think they can't sing because they don't sing like Mariah Carey, like all that. That means they can't sing. Riff, you know, it doesn't mean they can't sing. Like, you know, like people who say like Demi Lovato just screams, like she doesn't sing, but it's because she's a whatever. So it's like different voices. But when you hear her live, like she could sing well. Obviously, she's gonna sing against Whitney Houston. They're different kinds of singers, but it's like on top of her voice, it's just the performance, the dance, the thought into it. It wasn't just like said, like, if,
you know, the haters should come to this concert just to experience, like, give her the accolades she deserves because she's a great artist.
And her fan base alone of the record she's breaking, and no one's ever done 3 times in a row there, and just all these extra stuff that she's doing, people still don't want to give her credit because her name is just a mainstream Taylor Swift.
They still think of her as, you know, like I said, with the boyfriends. And she would have broke the Selena record if she would have opened up the back end.
For sure.
She would have broke Selena.
If she would have just had like a regular circle stage, like the rodeo. Like if she performed at the rodeo, she would have broken 100%. She would have broke
the record because I think Selena holds that record for
No, Cardi B broke it.
Oh, she did? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, Cardi B broke it.
Cardi B, that's a very good for her.
Yeah, good for Cardi.
Good for Cardi.
We love a good Cardi.
We love a good Cardi.
Yeah, no, but I do wish she would have done something a little special since it was her 13th show. She just mentioned it, but like.
But I think because we still see her as obsessed with 13, so she's probably like, I don't want to do that anymore.
But still, I feel like she has the power. Like she could have sang a third song. And just like said, fuck it. Let me try again.
Yeah, she could have gave us a little something.
Yeah.
A little something.
A little something.
I'm not complaining, but I am.
Yeah, no. And her effects as well were really good. Like her stage, like the design with her words. Yeah, everything. And the fake leaves that would fly. That was kind of cool. I thought I didn't notice that until later. I was like, oh, the leaves that were like flying in the air. And of course her costumes and shit. Everybody loved.
I didn't get merch. So
yeah, I didn't get much either.
But the things like what I wanted, I knew I was gonna get, and the things I could buy, I can get online. So I wasn't too worried about it, you know.
But I guess just to say you got it there.
Yeah, just to say, because usually I get merch at concerts, but again, this one was for some reason extra dramatic.
Yeah, like, extra dramatic. With the
I do want to say, hopefully, future concerts with artists don't do this. Do the whole truck outside. Like I don't know whose idea that was. But obviously you can see it was money driven and we can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, no, it for sure outside. Was. I think if I could change anything.
Oh, back to that question. Yes.
Besides the set list itself. I don't know. I feel like, well, because obviously she couldn't sing every song because it would have been like a 5-hour concert. Because if you haven't gone yet, she sings half a song. She'll sing half a song, a full song, half a song, a full song, then like 2 full songs, then half a song.
Yeah.
And she did a lot of mashups, which was really nice. They all flew really well together. But I feel like certain songs, like she should have sang the full version. Like I think Enchanted should, since especially that was the only song from Speak Now. I feel like she for sure should have sang the full version of that. I still think, I think that was like my biggest critique, I would say, for her to change was the full set. And I think she should have done something, I guess her acoustic version was something different. Because, you know, like the show before, or 1989, everybody knows she brought out some celebrity or did something every time. But I do feel like, I don't know, I feel like we should have had like a choice in what she's saying somehow, some way, shape, or form. Like
some kind of
her Instagram polls or on her website, like some way, shape, or form, she could have said, okay, Houston, Texas, the third night, this is what everybody voted for or something. Because I feel like it's,
I guess, how would you narrow that down? I guess put the whoever what the most song.
I mean,
in there.
she could literally pay a person for this entire tour to find what city wants what song that night.
I would do it.
I don't think it's that hard.
I volunteer.
She could have said, "Fuck it" on TikTok. What y'all think my song should be? And then whatever had the most comments.
I can see that. That would have been
just because I feel like that's what I would change is how she chose her songs, because of course everybody has what they would want, but there's so many times where people were like, what the fuck? Like, why would you play that song? Why would you play this?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Though, like every song is somebody's song, but we don't want individual. We want like a group.
Like I feel like there's an overall generic on what
a lot of people were saying want. Getaway car. Like a lot of people said,
yeah, like certain song. And I think she should have chose like kind of not go in order, but kind of have a vibe, because it's like you don't.
She's literally randomizing.
Just randomly picking it, so it's kind of like you literally have no idea. Which I get the idea, but I don't know. I feel like she should have had some sort of like. But people were saying like, oh, what she's going through at the time, because like she did "You're Not Sorry," "Cold as," all these sad songs because of obviously what's going on with her relationship. But I don't know, just maybe had a little bit more of engagement of what people would think their surprise song should be, or she could. I genuinely think she could have just said like. She's played them her whole career, so it's like, I mean, it's probably like muscle memory at certain points to just be like, you know what, maybe I'll just play this one instead, like you know, because nobody else is playing, so she's literally by herself, so it's not like just to like prep the dancers or prep the studio or whatever.
So I guess I ask you, like, where do you think she goes from here? Like after this tour is ending this year, what do you think is next for Tay?
I think she's obviously gonna do Speak Now, re-record that, because I think after 1989 I think is when she owns the rest, so she still has 2 more albums to do.
What's after Speak Now? Oh, she has Speak
Red Now. Oh no, she did Red. I think I don't know if she owns 1989 or not, or if I think she doesn't. I don't think, because it was still kind of far back.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
But she already did Red, and she did she didn't do the debut, so I don't.
She did Fearless already, right?
Yeah, she just did Fearless and Red, and that's it.
So she still has 2 more to do.
So she still has debut if she even wants to do that. Or I don't know when it started. He started owning. I don't know when all that worked. I don't really know all that mess. But I think whenever she's done with all of that, and she saw how big it was, so she's like, I'm gonna just keep doing it, because and that's what a lot of people need to put respect on her name, because she was not only breaking the charts with new shit, she did the same shit and still was breaking more records than all these new artists out here. That's how strong her fan base is. She did this. She didn't do anything. She just released unwritten songs, but that's about it.
And even our Uber driver was like, she did her little songs with, what's his name, Scott. Like, even the random Uber driver was talking about the. Were you in that Uber? Maybe you weren't in that Uber. Oh, I guess it was me and Carissa. We were talking about Taylor Swift, because I was asking the Ubers, like, how does it feel like with all this Swifties in the town? And he was just like, yeah, she's gonna make a lot of money, especially with all the drama with that one with her releasing her song. Like, it's just crazy how like impactful.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of artists can't do that. A lot of artists can't say that. A lot of artists wouldn't be able to do that.
See, I think like if an artist re-recorded his songs, it would be fine for that moment, but I don't think they would have got new fans. Like Taylor got her old fans, and then like new Swift, like like
people were discovering her with these new albums, thinking they were new, but of course everybody knew that they were just re-recorded.
Yeah,
but like I'm saying, like I don't think it. But it's also because her music is timeless almost. Because I'm trying to think like if Lady Gaga tried to do Poker Face again, it wouldn't hit as hard, because that
it would feel like a throwback song.
Yeah, like that pop music. That pop music wouldn't bring back like, oh, I've never heard this, like that kind of era music of the pop. Like Kesha couldn't do TikTok again. It wouldn't hit the same. Like
it would.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's different.
Kesha's doing her old song again. It wasn't like a re-thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't hit the same.
No, and I get what you're saying.
Those songs aren't. Lady Gaga's just her name alone is strong, but so it's a little different. So like someone like I would say like Kesha or something, who was huge everywhere at the time, but if she tried to play like TikTok again, or like the other song, what's the one, I love Kesha, her old music, Your Love Is My Drug.
Dangerous.
Oh, that one. Like those,
she has a good catalog.
If she has a great catalog. I love Kesha, even though we know what she went through. But if they did that, like that wouldn't be new fans, wouldn't be like, oh my god, who's this girl Kesha? I want to be a fan. Like it would be us who'd be like, oh my god, she's redoing it. But and that's what I'm saying. That's why people need to put respect on her name, because a lot of big name artists couldn't go back and redo that.
I was about to say, because a lot of when you said her music is timeless, like a lot of artists, they've changed and they're growing. Like Lady Gaga couldn't sing Poker Face. I'd be like, what? But Taylor's music is so like she can pull whatever.
Yeah,
and she like remained the same, but like grew up. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like her like she obviously her only difference,
changes,
the Evermore and Folklore, I think were kind of out of her comfort zone ish. But like all her songs kind of like, of course it was like country the first one, then country pop for Fearless and Speak Now. And then obviously Red is when she kind of just stuck with pop and now just stayed with pop. But like her Sparks Fly songs, if the guitar was removed, it would sound like a pop song. Like that's the only like country
like
quote unquote
so
part that was on.
timeless.
Yeah, and it was kind of like a country pop rock almost, certain
It's
songs.
gonna be so weird when we're like old and our kids and be like talking about it, like, oh, we went to the air when they make documentaries about like Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Like,
bring
were
her
at-
songs.
Like how
Yeah.
people were like, I was at Woodstock when that happened. Like, oh, we were at that concert.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? That's
but
gonna be cool.
I think in the future, besides her re-recording her songs, I just feel like, I mean, she can keep making music forever, obviously,
Yeah.
but I don't know. But again, like I said, we're in such a different age of music that like she can make album after album after album after until she's old, and it's gonna be so normal. But like back in the day, once like say David Bowie stopped making music, he wasn't gonna write a whole new album later. Like his music was solid then. He didn't need to do that. Not saying she needs to, but like old artists didn't do that. Once they were done, and they just went on tours for the same songs. They never redid new songs. But in the age we're in now, I feel like you can constantly just keep making albums, and it's not going to be like, why is she still making music? You know?
See, it's funny because like I wasn't gonna lie, when like she was doing her re-recording and I was like, we haven't had any new music, I was kind of worried about how her new album was gonna like be. So I was like, oh, I wonder if like, because she's been re-recording her old stuff. And then when Midnights came out, I'm like, okay, like we're good. Like her music will always be good. You know what I mean?
And this music I felt like was mature.
Yeah, it
Taylor
was
Swift. Like
yeah,
it didn't feel very like this whole album this whole album felt, well, Midnights felt very like, because I'm very old, like obviously she's in her 30s, so she kept me making like, you know,
15.
no, not that, but like, you know, because I could kind of see where it's like you belong with is like very young.
It's like how Olivia Rodrigo is making songs for her age.
Yeah, for how old she is, but like this felt like it was just like women in their late 20s and 30s. Like it felt normal.
Yes,
like,
it felt older.
it was for us, not for you. Right, all those little girls. I said name 12 songs. What are you doing in those floor seats? You didn't even know anything.
And it's funny because Gaisa and I were discussing how like
it was cute though, seeing all the little girls. Like,
yeah,
you know, they don't know Taylor Swift, but they know Taylor Swift, like the name, but you know, it's like
they were singing Blank Space, like
yeah, like cute. But it was just cute seeing all the little their version of like the sparkly outfits. I thought was just so freaking cute, like so cute.
It's funny because Gaisa and I were discussing how like Olivia Rodrigo has like that potential to be how Taylor was, how Taylor's first album was very like pretty, like, you know, for that time written, and how Olivia Rodrigo's was.
See,
I'm scared to see.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think she has the star quality.
No, we don't know. We'll see, because
She's still very, but like if you look at all of Taylor Swift's performances, she's a performer. Olivia's not a performer.
That's
like
true. Like Olivia, like it was such a great, I think every single song on the Sour album hit, except Jealousy. I can get up that one, but I know every single word to every, because it was like a good, I mean, it was only 12 songs, but still, like everyone, like Traitor.
Yeah, no, like I said, she's a great songwriter as well, and it's definitely, like I said, for her age. Like it's very
Gen
like,
Z.
Yeah, exactly, very 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 Gen Z. And I feel like, but like I said, superstars aren't made anymore.
It's one every generation. What they said, like there's a superstar for every generation.
But see, she doesn't give me superstar, not yet at least. Like I don't, like I said, if she doesn't make music, that album's not gonna hold up 10 years from now. Like when I think like superstar, I think like the big names, obviously, because they're superstars. Like there's not like
the Beyonces, the Michaels,
the Ariana, like I said, the Lady Gagas, Rihanna, you know, people who've been in the game for so long. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're still here and they're still relevant because there is no new generation of icon superstars, of pop stars. Like the whole pop star community is, if you don't make a TikTok song, you're nobody. Like that's what it is now. It kind of sucks, but that's what a lot of people have been saying about the industry. There's no movie stars anymore. There's no, like I said, there's no pop stars. There's no
stars.
Yeah, there's no, because it's just everyone's a freaking influencer or some
star.
Exact. Anyone could be a star,
yeah.
But you know what I mean. So I feel like we're still missing that in the younger-ish age, where there's no
I think that
it person.
I think the reason there's no like stars anymore, I think because it became with the whole inclusivity. How do you say it? Inclusivity. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's so inclusive. Like everybody can do it now. So I think that's maybe why we can't have stars, because like everyone gets a participant trophy.
Well, no,
Everybody
I don't
gets a
think
award.
it's that. I just think there's no talent. Because it's like, yeah, like you get a cool TikTok song and now you're at the Grammys, but who are you? You got no star quality. You got no fan base. You're just a popular song. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no like strong like person where she's got fans. Like, these are her fans. Like, they have their own like.
I guess you're right. There's no new ones.
There's no new talent. There's people like you said, like Olivia's and like she's in different not the same category, but like the Megan Thee Stallions, Ice Spice, kind of, they're different, but like
there's no fans.
There's no fans. See, like Megan Thee Stallion, I feel like in our generation is like an icon in the making of the rap community and just music community, because
she could fall
if
off.
she continues to do, exactly. She continues. I mean, we know she's going through whatever right now.
No, I know, but if she, like I said, if
she stays, she has the potential to be like a Nicki and Cardi 10 years down the line, and she's still here. Like, she's one, I would say, in our younger-ish generation to where her name is kind of, I feel like, still would hold if she like continues to keep going. You know what I mean?
We have any pop stars yet, like that are blowing up the charts. Like, I guess you're right. Like Olivia,
I feel like that's the only one. I can't think of anyone that has fans and songs, not a song, but has songs. Do you know what I mean?
Because there's like the only one you said.
Yeah, I can think of kind of in the younger-ish realm. I'm like, Sabrina Carpenter is trying to get her way there, but it's not really working.
She's writing on one song is what it is.
You can't list 5 from her.
I know 2 of her songs that are the biggest songs on her album, but her fame is riding on that one song because she made it different.
Yeah.
At the thing, because if she would have kept the same one, I don't think it would have been fine.
But do you know what I mean? And I'm not even just talking about the women. I'm talking about men too. There's I think the only one at the time was like Jack Harlow had his little 5 seconds of fame, and now where's he gone?
Because he dropped the ball with Glamorous. He had that song had so much potential,
but like,
so much
hype
up. I mean?
Like, because there is no like I genuinely do feel like Justin Bieber was the last of
one.
Like the male side that isn't a rapper, that or isn't a like one hit wonder, like what's his name? It sounds funny, but the one again who Justin Bieber collabed with Corey LeRae or whatever his name, Kid Leray or whatever. Like it's not it. Like, he's not here. He's not it. That it guy.
Justin is the last one because
at least not the guy community.
Yes, because I'm trying to think. Because Shawn Mendes isn't like that. Like he has
his niche, fans, but he's not
Justin.
He's not an icon.
Yeah,
he's not like
like Austin Mahomes tried.
Yeah, I think tried is the word.
Cody's like they tried. Like I said, the closest one that's close to Justin
is Shawn Mendes. Yeah, because he still has his stadium tours.
What's the other guy that sees music in the air? What's his name?
Oh,
that's so musically talented.
That dated Selena. Well, tried to date Selena. Charlie Puth.
Like he's musically talented behind the scenes. Like he is.
Yeah, he needs to stay behind the camera, behind the scenes. Video with
Kid.
He's good with music. Just he doesn't have the it factor. He doesn't.
Yeah, I think Justin Bieber is the last one because I can't think of a single other. If
male
y'all know,
pop
let
star.
us know down below in the TikTok comments in there who not. I
was about to say not like the TikToker dude. He don't count. That does not count.
No, people know what I mean. Just like how you said earlier that iconic people who don't know music.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Because don't get me wrong, is Lil Huddy breaking Billboard records? Do it. It's like yes, but when I think of someone in the music industry as the music industry, that is just all across the board in all genres of people. There's somebody because it's like. Oh, people don't listen to rap or rock music, but they know who Blink 182 is. They know who they are. But is it like, oh, they're not that blah, blah, blah. But it's like, because you don't listen to them, so they're not like, oh, they're not good because that's not your music. But you've heard of them. But you know who they are.
If we say, do you know who Justin Bieber is? Whether it's for his
whether it's a black guy, a country guy down in the South, whether it's someone up north in Canada, where everybody knows who he is. So when I think of like, oh, they made it in music, it's like all across the board, all genres, all people know. And not know their name because it's like drama in the headlines, but know like, oh, at least one of the songs that they sing. That's how I feel you make it in the industry. Whether people want to
believe it or not, Baby was everywhere.
Everybody knew that song.
Everybody, boy, girl, whether you're making Baby was it.
Yeah, he was like, people would say like the little version of what Michael Jackson was, but obviously nobody will compare it to him. He's
fandom wise.
No, literally. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Michael Jackson to this day will be the most famous, best artist, I think, of the world until 150 years from now. Nobody knows who he is. Yeah, and I don't just see it as breaking records, and it's more than that, than just how much money he made. It's just the impact he had on the world and the community from everyone, every race, every country, gender. Like he wasn't like because girls only like Justin Bieber. Guys didn't like Justin Bieber. Everybody liked Michael Jackson. You didn't even understand him. Everyone loved him. You know, all races. Because when people think like, oh, Elvis, black people don't like Elvis. Hispanics barely liked Elvis, which is white people.
Yeah, there was like sprinkles in the community that liked them.
When you saw the crowd, you saw like a dot literally here and there of other races.
People that liked Elvis like that, but no, like MJ, like
every race, like I said, gender, everyone loved him. And I feel like there'll never be another Michael Jackson. And like there were different versions, kind of like David Bowie had both, like Prince had both. Like there were different versions, but he was just like the icon.
He was like factor. The Beyonce, like how everyone loves Beyonce. Oh, I have a question to ask you since we're on concerts. Like, what's a concert you felt you were old enough, like you wish you were old enough to go to that you missed because we weren't born in that time or we're too young for that concert? Because I have a few that I wish I was old enough to go.
I don't know. I feel like I probably would have wanted to go to a Britney Spears concert. That was one of mine.
I would love to
in her prime.
Yes.
Yeah, in her prime. Just because, again, I feel like she's an icon in the music world, just all across the board. You know, before everything went south.
Yeah, that's one for me too. I would like see some TikToks of her old performances. Like I wish I was old enough to experience that.
In
and
her
another
prime.
One for me, I wish I was old enough to go experience an Eminem concert. Like that looks so much fun when he was like blonde haired and Slim Shady era when he was on drugs era. Like I wish I was old enough to have experienced a Eminem concert.
Oh yeah, see, I don't listen to him like that. I know like his songs, but if I went to a concert, I would just know his basics.
I went through an obsession of Eminem for a little bit, but him, Britney.
Yeah, no, I do feel like I wish I would have went. I mean, there's some artists who still are here that I feel like would have been fun.
But I'm talking about in prime.
Oh, okay.
Because like we could, because Backstreet Boys are going out.
Because I feel like I would have liked in her prime a Katy Perry concert in her absolute prime. I got more of a Katy Perry fan after her prime, where after her documentary, that's what I actually was like, I actually know a shit ton of her songs without even thinking that I knew. Because I was like,
she has a great catalog as well.
Yeah, she really does. She, like I said, Katy Perry, I feel like,
even though people are being upset with her right now,
but people are saying like something happened where why didn't she get bigger than what she was, because she did have the potential.
She was one album that one member.
I honestly don't know if she did something or someone put a curse on her, because everyone's like maybe she did, because I understand people are saying like she had the potential to be a household name in the music industry and just missed it.
Just stopped.
Yeah, I don't know what just stopped. I don't know, just missed it or something happened, because she did have the potential, but to be like a household name.
Taylor, and she stopped.
Taylor put a curse on her. Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean? Because like when you hear the name Katy Perry, it doesn't go as far as when you hear Ariana Grande. It doesn't go as far when you hear Nicki Minaj. It doesn't go as far Taylor Swift. It doesn't go as far, but it's like she had the chance. Yeah. You know what I mean? But just missed the target, or you know, something happened. Now she's on American Idol. It's kind of like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy because like when they go on to American Idol, whether, you know, Luke Bryan's big in country, Lionel is big in his realm, but like Katie's like Katie. You know what I mean? But who else? What else would you want to see in prime?
I feel like in their prime. I don't know.
You don't have to be prime. It's more like, you know, because we weren't old enough to go see Britney. Like we were too young to go. Even though we honestly, probably could have gone. Mom and Dad.
I wish I would have went to go see Nicki Minaj for sure. And I had the chance to go to Pink Print. And I had a stupid soccer game that weekend, so I couldn't miss it. Because I love Nicki Minaj. I'm surprised I haven't been to one of her concerts. Actually, I love her, and because she's not in her prime, but she's still obviously Nicki Minaj. But when she was in her prime, like during the Pink Print and a little before that, like her concert would have been fucking amazing.
Nicki Minaj gives me this, like the concert gives me the same vibes as Taylor, like people dressing up. And Barbies, because like there's only like you can dress up for any concert, but like there's certain concerts you do specifics for and have fun with.
Well, to bring it back to Taylor, that is also something that every artist doesn't get. The outfit, like, and it just like all her other concerts were not like this. No, not at all.
No, it was like this particular one.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, for some reason everyone just started. Like I said, we talked about it earlier. Like it was just the Harry Styles when he didn't start it obviously, but his was like. At the beginning of his tour, it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, towards the end, you saw all these girls in the boas, the jumpsuits. It was so cute. And I loved watching all the Harry Styles outfits. It was like fun. So I feel like that kind of sparked everyone's a little like, oh, maybe for Taylor's concert, you know, we could do that. But also, it's her kind of concert, because what outfit are you going to wear to SZA?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have any costumes. Like, you know what I mean? Just like just cool, you know?
Yeah.
We said like the
Maybe
Bad Bunny.
like,
the Bad Bunny kind of had no costume, but everyone got the color palette. There was a color palette you had to stay on. The hair,
do you think it's just because it's pop stars? Because pop stars have that things that they do. Because if you go to Ariana Grande,
maybe.
you have the cat ears, like
the ponytails,
dress up, like they're characters. Pop stars are characters.
You're right.
So maybe that's what it is.
Since this tour, I'm just excited to see like Beyonce. I kind of want to see.
No, people are doing for Beyonce. People are doing the
horse outfit and like, so I'm like really excited because
Beychella.
Yeah, like I don't know what her concert's gonna be like. I'm super excited because again, Beyonce is like the #1 performer. We know that, so she's always gonna work and put on a show. So I'm kind of like waiting to see.
Gone to that too.
I'm trying to wait on TikTok. I want to kind of see before I even try to get any tickets because I want to see what she sings. If it's just gonna be the Renaissance
I think I'll do what the Swift. Well, where is she performing in Texas? Houston. I think just Dallas?
Houston, Dallas. Yeah.
Maybe we should go to Dallas that weekend.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to see because if it's just Renaissance, I don't. But if she sings like some from Lemonade and obviously
she has to
her famous songs and Crazy in Love. I don't think she'll do that. But like
I think she'll do those because usually when you go to people who haven't been to concerts,
Drunk in Love. Oh, I would pass out.
Concerts for the most part they either play one or two old songs. Like on Harry, he did What Makes You Beautiful.
Yeah, like they'll play their it songs. So I'm assuming I might be Drunk in Love or like I want to see what it is because if it's just Renaissance, I don't think I want to go. But if it's like obviously Renaissance and then sprinkles like good songs. So she does all Renaissance but does like 5 or 6 from Lemonade, 2 from her first album for B-Day or something. That I'll go.
I think let me know and then I think I'll go with you because I've seen a few TikToks where like get ready with me or like make my outfit for Renaissance, and that's the best. Like I said, I love nothing but mutual fans. Like I love like when people are as obsessed as what you are, because like if we went to a Taylor Swift concert and we were a specific Taylor, they knew what we were.
We know where you were.
Like, you were 2012 Taylor at the restaurant. Like they know.
Right.
Like, it's very niche and I love that. Like because nothing's worse than costumes, whether it's Halloween or like what are you? Like nothing's worse than that. So. Yeah.
No, for sure. I think that's cool. I think everybody should make it more fun for a concert outfit. Like you obviously can go comfortable, but don't think you're cool and don't be like what I'm wearing to the Errors tour.
Everybody's dressed up and I'm in sweat and
like congrats, you're boring. Thank you. You just let us know that you're not fun. Okay, cool. Like
you're not fun.
Thank you. Like you're not special because you wore tights and running shoes. Congratulations.
I'm just
if the fathers are dressing up, bitch, you could dress up.
I love the boyfriends and the fathers dressing up.
All the boyfriends wearing the karma shirts.
Yeah,
and
like I'm the drama.
No, I think my favorite, you guys just saw my favorite shirt was a picture of Hannah Montana and it said Taylor Swift ? Because obviously it's like, who is it? You know what I mean? It's so funny. But I loved
Harry Styles' sister. So
I honestly I loved seeing the dad with their daughters. I love seeing them all dressed up in glitter and they're again probably know about 2 songs, but they're there and they're having fun. The tutus. It was so cute.
It gave me old JB vibes. Remember in his documentary when the dad had to run in heels or something to get tickets for his daughters?
Oh,
that's what it gave me. Like I love nothing when dads take their daughters.
It was very, very cute. I loved seeing all of it. It was overall just a great fun experience.
I'm glad. I give it a 10 out of 10. I don't even know what I think that's in my top 5 concerts because JB for some reason has a special. That first one has such a special place in my heart with Eenie Meenie.
It was definitely in his prime. I feel
we saw him in his prime.
So like it was definitely I feel like a solid place in my heart.
It is. It's
forever.
It's definitely top 5. What's your top 5? Mine is JB, Kanye. It was Drake, but he might be an alternate. Taylor, that one, and then I guess he'll put back there. He moved down to number 4, and then Madonna. I went to go see Madonna with mom, and even though she is a diva, and it was the whole drama after the concert itself,
and now
was fun.
I was about to say now I finally when I got older understood. Okay, pre-Madonna, and now I get what they're saying because everyone always said it, and I kept saying, "What the hell?" I didn't connect the word Madonna to the artist. I thought it was pre-Madonna was its own word.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't get it, and then when I said, "Okay, pre-Madonna," I was like, "Oh, they're saying she's being a diva."
Yeah, even though like I don't like her off there, but her concert was
she looks so scary. I'm sorry, I gotta say it.
She wasn't scary.
She looks very scary.
She got scarier.
She looks way scarier.
But those are my top 5 concerts. Like it was, Justin, Taylor, Kanye. Because St. Pablo tour again. I'm stuck in 2016. Yeah,
before he lost his mind.
I don't care what nobody says. Pablo tour was
Alexa Pro.
Everything was great. What's your top 5? Because I think you've been to a few more than I have.
Yes, and we're not saying this to be bragging. It was spread across our entire lives, okay? It wasn't all at one time.
Oh, I think I'm going to substitute Drake for Miley. Drake, you're back in the alternate. Alternate. So Miley's Drake's spot.
Drake's concert was super fun, but it...
You know what?
It was like... I don't know how to explain it, because like rap concerts, they're fun, but they're not an experience. I feel like I'm in a club.
You know what? That's
Do you get what I mean?
And I got third-degree burns on my
her
feet,
shoes.
So yep. Drake's alternate.
That was her own fault. But do you know what I mean? That's when I go to rap concerts, they're so fun. Don't get me wrong, and they're so fun. But again, I do feel like I'm just like in a club and they're on stage.
See, that's what
do you get what I mean? Like there's not like an experience.
No. I see what you mean, but like when we went to Kanye, it didn't feel like a club. I don't know if it's because those type of songs at that time weren't club music, but they were. But it was just like
they weren't like pop rock.
Yeah, they weren't. It was a different, like, it didn't feel like a club. Drake did feel like we were at the club just lip syncing, but for some reason that one wasn't. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But sorry to interrupt you. What's your top 5?
I think my top 5, and there's no order because I feel like I just equally.
Oh, okay. Well, what's your favorite?
I love
5?
them, but do you know what I mean? I really don't feel, because I can't pick like this is my favorite because they were different experiences.
I was going through something different in my life,
but they really were. They were different experiences at different times. So like that was the best time at that time.
Okay,
but like,
well then,
do you know
your
what I mean?
favorite 5 that you've been.
I think my favorite 5. I'm gonna have to say,
if you have to narrow them down,
I have to narrow my concerts down. Definitely JB's in there, the top
first one.
Yeah, well, not number 1, but you know the first.
No, I meant like.
The first cup, in his prime.
That was such a disappointment. Purpose was fun.
Okay,
but go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you again.
And
Nikki called me. She's like, "Bitch, you cut the jacket."
Oh yeah. But anyways, Justin for sure. I would say. Me would be Lana Del Rey because she's my favorite artist. So and her concert isn't like a performance. So it's like
Lana?
Yeah. So you know what I mean? It's not a performance. So it wasn't like, obviously she didn't have stage dramatic. She literally wore tights to our show. But just because she's one of my favorite artists. So I would definitely say it was a euphoric experience to hear Young and Beautiful live, to hear Video Games live, to hear Summertime Sadness live, to hear just all her. No, I went with my friends in Houston.
You couldn't come,
but was so just euphoric to hear it live, since I've been listening to it since I was so young, and actually getting to see it. It was just a different experience. It was just amazing. Overall amazing. And so definitely her. I'll have to say, I think I would say, Taylor Swift. I don't know, because
just put Taylor Swift in one category then.
Yeah, I'll just put Taylor Swift in one category for sure. Because I said, again, because I heard just different songs, because obviously when she did Speak Now, she did a lot from Fearless and a lot from Debut. So I kind of got those. And then from Red, she did the entire Red album plus a little bit from Speak Now. So it wasn't like, if that makes sense, you know, so and obviously
got a good chunk of Taylor. Like you got a good
my favorite part of her, except the only tour I wish I would have went to was 1989. I regret that to this day.
I regret us,
but it's because
taking your feelings into consideration.
Stupid Carissa.
Taking your feelings into consideration.
No, because I've been fucked up. Because I was a bigger fan than you were, bitch.
But I do wish we would have just been like.
Because if I would have done that to someone, y'all would have been pissed.
No, I know.
So that's why.
I know, but I think it would have been worth the fight.
Anyways, and that, and I would say, I'm trying to go down the line. I'm really trying to think. I can't really remember. Oh, One Direction.
Oh,
for sure. Was because I was a huge Directioner. Huge Directioner. And fun fact, when we first moved to Texas, I had my first friend I ever made in Texas. No, I'm sorry, not in Texas. When we moved new schools in Texas, I made a friend in the 8th grade when I moved schools. And Carissa made a friend with her younger sister, which was really weird because we were just like, oh, we're both sisters. We were like good friends. And then after 8th grade, I didn't talk to her all of high school. I never saw her ever. Neither me, Carissa. And then senior year of high school is when I went to the concert. They were sitting right next to us.
Full circle moment.
It was the weirdest thing. I was like, how is it so weird? They were both me and Carissa's first friends at our old school. And then literally both of us did talk to them all of high school. And then literally we just sat right next to them. It was so weird. So it was like cool because we were like reminiscing and then we were just all singing together.
Yes,
and it was
a great full circle.
But obviously, if you guys know boy bands or if you're obsessed with boy, they're just, the concerts are a different vibe. It was amazing. But definitely One Direction's up there. And I think I'm going to have to say it's not really a concert, but we went to Astroworld.
It was a concert. What are you talking about?
It was a concert, but
it wasn't a concert. I think just because there's a few concerts there.
There was multiple concerts there, but no, definitely I think Astroworld, the first one, was so much fun, and that was, and Post Malone was there, and we went to see Post Malone separately, but for some reason Astroworld was more intense because I mean it was a larger crowd, so like everyone screaming Fall Apart was pretty cool. And obviously the Travis Scott, that was just really fun in general. But yeah, definitely would say those were my top 5 concerts.
Didn't you see Banks too?
No, I ended up not going because my stupid job.
I didn't want to bring that up. I'm so sorry. It was a sour subject.
I was supposed to meet her too. I had a meet and greet.
It was a very sour subject.
It was meet and greet, which was so crazy how like it's so cheap for stars.
Do celebrities do meet and greet still?
I don't think so. Not the major ones.
Was it like because of COVID, or
I feel like it just stopped because of COVID, and then people are just like, it's too much work.
People said she didn't do. I guess it is to do a whole concert
and then go meet,
and then go say hi to the fans
afterwards. It's probably exhausting.
Yeah, they're probably just
because beforehand, it's probably like I want to be mentally prepared.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because that's a lot of shit to remember. Like singing, and then what part you start doing the dancing, because you know like she'll sing and then she'll just start dancing and then they'll stop, but like just any artist, there's a lot of shit to remember.
Again, I think Taylor's out of her caliber. She messed up, but be like, oh, Taylor,
you gotta remember all the lyrics, gotta remember your stage cues, make sure you don't step on the wrong part, get on the right
pull
lift.
a Post Malone and break your ribs, you
know where you're running, like it's just a lot, and to sing good on top of all that, it's insane. But
I think give credit to the people, no matter what caliber you are, like going on tour is exhausting.
But I think it's I think it's a little harder for the pop stars because the country singer standing there singing it's not that hard. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not hard, it's exhausting, but it's like the pop stars, they gotta do a little extra work. Okay, they gotta do the dances, they gotta do the outfit changes,
they gotta make it a whole performance.
They gotta do it in heels. Okay,
is pop for popular? Is that what it is? Pop.
Yeah, and they gotta they gotta make sure they don't look ugly, and they're sweating, and just they got more to do than just.
Who was the first pop star?
Google it. I don't know. Probably like the 50s, 60s. Cher. I don't know. She wasn't the first, but I'm sure she was made it mainstream.
That's her. Right?
My time with Cher is insane. Like she was a grown woman in the 70s. Like that's like it doesn't click to me that she's like almost 80 years old.
Is she?
I might be stretching it. I don't know.
Maybe she was like 16. But we can go ahead and wrap this up before we get into what happened to Cher.
No, she won't talk about icon dresses. Now, Miss Cher's name wasn't brought up. I forgot you. Sorry, Miss Cher. She was an icon.
She is an icon.
Yeah, and her outfits changed the game for sure.
But Mom, I am a rich man. She's 76.
Yeah, so she's almost 80 years old.
Oh.
But yeah, guys. So that was all over the place talking about concerts. But we did have an overall experience. We hope all of our fellow Swifties have the most amazing time. If you didn't get tickets, I hope you watch the lives. I hope you somehow find your favorite, find tickets somehow. And if not, the lives are honestly, the videos and lives are just as fucking good. Not gonna lie, the people who will get the up close ones, like they be seeing like her pores.
Oh shoot, yeah. I think now because I was avoiding TikTok for like the concert because I really wanted to experience it, except for like the acoustic songs. Now I think I'll watch it and enjoy it now because I know it is.
And I'll be devastated when the song that I wanted to play would be played.
I think I'm gonna watch the lives every night for that.
Yeah, wait just to see. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening. This is a day or one or two late, but it's because we were just recovering from the concert. So Kiara, get off your phone.
I was looking up the pop star. I didn't know if you wanted to know. I found it.
It's okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, like tell them.
Okay. Huh?
Let's go.
Who was the first pop star?
Okay. Since you asked, and you're literally begging me, it was Bing Crosby.
Who?
Bing Crosby. He's from Britain.
And what year was that? 1934?
1930. And he...
Oh, it was close to 1934.
People argue that Frank Sinatra is the first pop star. But it was
He's giving me more jazz blues than pop.
But thank you guys so much for listening to us, fellow Swifties. Again, like Janelle said, I hope you had a great time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, reshare, tell your friends, and we'll hope to see y'all next week.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys so much for listening. We do appreciate the support and the love we have been getting on our socials and TikTok. And whether you are a Swiftie, even though you should be, but if you're not, give her a try. But always remember to do you, sis.